Hi everyone, welcome to my lecture. Today I am delivering another important lecture on confounding in biostatistics research methodology. So in this lecture, the learner will be able to understand why to use confounding, why we quit factorial design, then comes into confounding. So this is the main thing of this lecture. We are avoiding factorial design, then come into confounding. Why? This is the question is why. Okay. So let's start confounding. What is confounding? Confound is a design technique. It is a design technique for arranging a complete factorial design into blocks. That is, if there are suppose 2 to the power 3 factorial design, then convert this into, that is, there are three factors, two factors, each factors having 2 levels, so treatment combination that comes 8. So 8 treatment combination, 1A, B, 1A, then B, AB, then C, AC, BC, ABC. These are the 8 treatment combination, this 8 treatment combination into blocks we have to arrange by confounding method. Already I have shown. So confounding is very next to factorial experiment. Now the question arises. The question is that why we quit factorial experiment and move towards confounding. An important point is to be noted that here in factorial experiment maintained efficiency, maintained in factorial design, it maintained efficiency for small number of factors and label. In factorial design, for it is very useful. It is very useful for small number of factors and label. That means small number of factors and the small number of labels. So it in factorial design it works very finely. That means up to 4 factors, then factorial design, that means it is very efficient work. That means we get the experimental result satisfactory up to factors are less than equal to 4 factors. Each factor having 2 levels, like 2 to the power 4, that means each factor having 2 levels, that is 16 treatment combination, up to 16 treatment combination. That means factorial design is very much appreciable. Okay. So now if the factors are more than 4, that is 5 factor, that means 2 to the power 5 factors. 2 to the power 5, that means there are 5 factors. So 32 treatment combination, 2 to the power 6, that means 6 factors, that means 64 treatment. This is treatment combination. For these two cases, 2 to the power 7, for that is more than 16 treatment combination, that is more than 4 factors. More than 4 factors, that is then that factors are increasing rapidly, and the treatment combination also increase, label also increase. In that case, factorial design will not work properly. Okay, so we are going for confounding. That means for that is a large number of treatment combination, that means factors are increasing, then treatment combination also increases rapidly. Experimental cost will also increases, experimental material needed more, So that is why we are going for confounding. That means up to 4 factors we use factorial design. Then more than 4 factors, that means factors are increasing, levels are increasing, treatment combination are increasing, then factorial design will not work properly. Then we go for confounding. This is one of the reason why we are using confounding. This is one of the reason. Next, suppose for large number of treatment combination, we cannot handle the efficiently, though the factorial experiment. For this reason, we use confounding. Okay. Next point I can say for why confounding. Suppose the treatment combination increases, that is 2 to the power 5, that is 32 treatment combination. Then we go for confounding. Then because if we go for confounding, then the treatment combination becomes half when one factor or one interaction factor. One factor means suppose A is confounding, then the treatment combination becomes half into block. That means we can arrange the treatment combination into 2 blocks. When not only A factor, if we confound, suppose interaction treatment combination, that is interaction effect, that is AB confounding, sometimes BC confounding, sometimes ABC confounding, then the treatment combination becomes half. That means 32 treatment combination becomes divided into 2 equal parts. Then first one part is 16, then another part is 16. Then sometimes we will see that for large block, that is 16. This is the large block. That means each block having 16. For 32, I am talking about 32 treatment combination. Suppose I am confounding A, B, C, D, E. 5 factors. Suppose A, B, C, D, E is confounding. Then the 32 treatment combination divided into two blocks. Each block having 16. Then 16 is also more in every block. So we for large block we cannot maintain. In that case, we cannot maintain the homogeneity. So we break the large block. That means 16 blocks again divided into small pitch of block. For a small pitch of block, for breaking small pitch of block, that is treatment combination into 3 or 4 blocks, then I will get the good result. For the experimental result will be good. That means experimental result becomes good. Okay. Now for example, real life example, we can say if a real life example, it can be said that 4 students are same by their IQ level, but it will be dubious to declare that 32 students are same by their IQ. So my point of view is that the homogeneity, be careful, my point of view is that the homogeneity among a small or moderately number of observation is always reasonable. Okay, is always, but among large observation is always questionable. So we are going for confounding. Because small number of treatment combination into blocks are not questionable. That is, small observations are always reasonable. That is, that they can that means treatment combination maintain the homogeneity for moderate number of observations always reasonable, but among large observations is always questionable. So that is the reason we are going for confounding and saying goodbye to factorial design. That is the reason we are going for confounding and goodbye factorial design. So ultimately what you have learned from here, when the factors becomes more, that is greater than equal to 4, greater than 4, that means the treatment combination is gradually increases. and then experimental cost will be increases, and then that is we cannot will not get the homogeneity. So for this we are going for confounding. That is, if we confound one or confounding, then the all treatment combination goes into blocks. Sometimes it may be 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks. For a small number of blocks, then we can we can maintain the treatment combination very nicely in factorial in the experiment. So we are going for compounding. In the factorial designs, size of the block is equal to number of treatment. This is very important. In factorial design, that is in factorial design, the size of the block, be careful, this is very important. In factorial design, the size of the block equal to number of treatment combination, TC, treatment combination. While for confounding, the size of the block is always less than the size of the block is always less than the number of treatment combination. Is less than the number of treatment combination. Size of the block is always less than the number of treatment. This is the main difference. You can say the factorial design and confounding. Size of the block is equal to number of treatment. That is, when 2 square factorial design, there are 4 treatment combination. These 4 treatment combination we are keeping into one block. For confounding, this 4 treatment combination goes into 2 blocks. We have seen, suppose the factor A is confounding. We have seen in my previous video. You can see, then you will actually we treatment combination keep into block, different size of different number 2 or 3 or 4 blocks. That means you will get the homogeneity. The researcher always trying for larger treatment combination. Then they break this into small size block to get the homogeneity, to get better result for their experiment. So we are using confounding. Now the question is, another question will arise here: which factor or which treatment combination will confound? This will fully depend upon the researcher or experimenter, that he is thinking that suppose the treatment combination, suppose ABC, he is thinking that I am not getting some more information from ABC, so he may go that is confounding for ABC. If the researcher or experimenter thinking that I am thinking that AB is not necessary in my experiment. AB means interaction factor, that is 2 factors combining A and B. So AB, the researcher or experimenter are thinking that thinking that AB is not necessary for his experiment, so he may go confounding for AB. Okay, so this will totally depend upon the experimenter or researcher, which one he wants to confound according to his priority. Okay, that means he is thinking which one from which factor, which treatment combination he is not getting any help, any information. That means he may go that factor or that treatment combination for confounding. Okay, this is the main thing. So that is why that is for moral of the story. That means why confounding? For small number of treatment combination. When number of treatment combination becomes higher, that means above to that is in above 32, that means 64, 128, like this, then you will go for confounding. For confounding, that means why confounding? That is the reason for getting good result. Good result when more treatment combination keep into different blocks, then he will get the good result, satisfactory result. So I think you understood very nicely in this lecture. That is why to use confounding. So thank you very much once again. Thank you.